Donald Trump is offering the Palestinians a deal, but the deal here is more like something you'd hear from Don Corleone.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Accept the offer and you're rich. Refuse the offer? Oh, well, do it anyway. No negotiation or even reply is necessary. $30 billion for the Palestinians. That's a lot of money. But what's the catch? This was a phrase first used by a real estate agent called Donald Trump, but it's never been published. Some say it can never be published. Others say it's designed for failure. Others still say it doesn't matter because it's already been enacted. But what exactly is it? It's easier to say first what it isn't. Its authors have been really clear about that. It isn't about a Palestinian state. They don't want to talk about a two-state solution, nor do they want to address the subject of Palestinian refugees or East Jerusalem as the capital of a Palestinian state. All that is off the table. Instead, it's loads of money to stay put, to accept Israel's troops in the Jordan Valley, that Israel will run Jerusalem, and that you'll be engaged in talks for 5 years which start from the basis of the territorial and other gains Israel has made so far. You can easily see why no Palestinian leader would touch this with a barge pole.
أخذ القدس والأراضي المحتلة وألغوا اللاجئين والمستوطنات شرعنوها والأراضي لم تعد محتلة. طب شو بقي؟ أنا بقول بدهم يضحكوا علينا بما تبقى. أنا بقول لا يوجد ما يقدموه.
Firstly, it's absolutely within Israel's comfort zone. No settlers are being asked to move. In fact, the reason the publication of the deal of the century has been delayed is because Netanyahu has not been able to form a cabinet and another election will be held. Nothing will be done by Trump that could remotely disturb the job of creating a coalition of the most right-wing settler-based government in Israeli history. So there are two things at play here. The first is that America has abandoned all pretense of being an honest broker. The dealers here are religious zealots, Jared Kushner and David Friedman, who've openly and publicly exulted in and financed the illegal settlements. The second innovation here is that this is not a deal. I don't know how the real estate market works in Manhattan, but here in London, you do not, as a rule of thumb, sell your house or your land with a gun to your head. So what's the point of the conference if it's going to happen already, whatever anyone says? Well, from time to time in this long conflict, American presidents feel the urge to make a statement, as if words, not deeds, are enough. Bill Clinton did it with his parameters. After he already knew negotiations would fail, Trump wants to do it too with his deal of the century. This is not as rhetorical as it would first appear. Each time a statement is made by a US president about this conflict, a line in the sand is drawn. In theory, that line remains the green line, the armistice line from before the Six-Day War in 1967. But you try walking along that line now, it's disappeared. You'd be walking through territory defined as Israel proper. So one purpose of another grand statement by this administration is to draw another line, one far to the east of anything contemplated so far, one that normalizes and cements the occupation forever. So by saying forget a Palestinian state for now, Trump is saying forget a Palestinian state, period. This alone should galvanize the Palestinian leadership into uniting and moving forward with a common program to fight this. Civil disobedience on the ground and vigorous lobbying diplomatically in the United Nations. But will it? Will it unite? That, for me, is the big and the only question.